Welcome back to the literacy class. Hope you all are doing good. So all these days we were discussing a little things about grammar. So today we are going to see about singular and plurals. Now when you hear this topic, you would say that, ma'am, already we know we just have to add s at the end of any noun. That is a plural. But today we are going to see not only what is a singular and plural, but also we are going to learn some rules that will help you to write the plural form for singular ones. Okay, so let us go to the next. So I'll begin with the definition of what a singular and plural is. So a singular noun names one person, place, thing or idea. So you can only put singular and plural. That is, you can only mention them as nouns. Okay, so only nouns can be in a plural or singular form. No other part of the speech can be in other, in the form of singular or plural, because verb. If you take about a verb, what happens, it is an action word, so action cannot be singular and plural, you cannot count it, isn't it? So only nouns can be counted, isn't it? So singular and plural will be only for the noun, so you keep that in mind. So a plural noun names more than one person, place, thing or idea. So you can look at the picture here. There is a boy playing soccer. Here there are two boys playing soccer. Now when I was talking itself, I have mentioned boy, boys, so I've just added s, but what is there than that? Let us see. So here from this picture you can see there is an apple. Below that there are plural. So how many apples are there? 5 apples. So when you say 5, it means more than one. So you will mention it as, or you will say it as apples. Carrot, carrots. Penguin, penguins. So here you're just adding s at the end. This is one kind of plural form, which we normally call it as regular form. Why it is called regular form? Because you just add s to the end of the noun, so that is a regular form. You don't have to change anything there, just put s and that word, that noun becomes a plural. So here I have given you a small exercise where you just have to look at the picture here and write the plural form of the picture. So looking at the picture, you can identify what that is. So it's a practice for you. Okay. So once you finish this, let us go to the next slide. Here, what are the rules for plural actually? So this is what I was talking to you about. So most of the times you just want to add s at the end, isn't it? You just want to add s at the end. If you see here, this is the thing, you're just adding s at the end. If you're writing something like you say boy, if I'm writing boy, I'm just adding s at the end, boys. That becomes a plural form. Now there are many nouns that ends with many other words that we have to be very careful, like a word that ends in y. Okay, if a word is ending in y, you cannot put s at the end normally like that. You have to look at that. You have to apply this rule. So what they are saying is you have to drop the y and add ies at the end. So we will see it with examples, but keep this in mind. So first rule is that if a noun is ending with y, you have to drop the y and add ies. And this doesn't apply for everything. Okay, not all the nouns that end with y has to be replaced with ies. There are certain words where you have to be very careful when you apply s to that. That is, some words like if for example you are adding toy, there is a word toy, you cannot put ies there, toies, you cannot put that. That is wrong, because the word that is ending in y, the noun that is ending in y, the word before y is a vowel there, o, t o y. So o is a vowel there. If I write it here, you will understand. So if I'm writing toy, so this word, a word before y, this is a noun, toy is a noun, and we cannot write toies, as I said you, because the word before y is a vowel. So at that time, what you have to do is you just have to add s here. If your noun, if it is ending with y, but the word before y is a vowel, then you don't have to replace it with ies, you just have to put s. Other than that, if some words are there, you just have to add ies to it. So as I said, I'll show you many examples for that. Then there are certain words that ends in ch, s, sh, x, all these, and z also. So all these word that ends with all these ch, s, sh, x, z, you have to add es at the end. Okay, so for example, lunch, lunches, bus, buses, bush, bushes, box, boxes. Okay, so all these you have to add es at the end. Then there are some words which ends with f or fe. There are some nouns that ends with f or fe. If such kind of words are there, what you have to do is you have to take out, you have to put that f and fe down, and you just have to add ves at the end. For example, knife, knife. So it is ending in fe. What you are doing, you have to take out that fe and you are putting it VES. Okay, so if we look at this, you won't, you may get confused, but just keep this in mind. There are certain rules where you have to write some words, and there are irregular plurals where the spelling itself changes. So I'll tell you what it is. So here there are 8 rules. So add s to form the plural of most nouns. So they are just asking us to what? Just add s, which is a normal form that we do always. Girl, girls, apple, apples. Now the second rule tells us if any word, any noun is ending with es, to the nouns that end in like you have to add es to that word which ends in ch, sh, s, x, or Z or Z. Okay. So for example, bench, it ends in what? CH. So this CH is put out, and who comes in here? ES comes in. Okay. Dish, it is ending with SH. So throw that SH out and bring in ES. Bus, it ends with S. So now you're putting it as BUSES. Again, you are bringing in ES. What you are throwing out? S. Next is box. It is ending with X. It is BOXES. If you write BOXS, it is wrong. Okay. Just keep this in mind. These rules are very important when you write the plural. Okay. So boxes. Quiz. This is a word that ends in Z or Z. So you are replacing it with ES. So this is one rule. So the first rule is that, normal rule is that just add s to the end of the word. Okay. So once you learn all these rules, you will be able to identify what kind of noun is that. Then it's very easy for you to replace it with the rules. Now we have seen the example for es. So again, I'm repeating it. You have to add es at the end of the word that ends in ch, sh, s, x, or z. You don't have to add es with all the ch. You have to take out this, and instead of these words, you have to replace those words with es. So this is rule number 2. Now rule number 3, for nouns that end in y with a consonant before the y, change the v or y to I and add es. Okay, so they are telling us if the word is ending with y and the word before that y is a consonant. Now we have already discussed about vowels and consonants many times when I was introducing you to the articles. There you can refer to that YouTube video where I have told about in detail about vowels and consonants. So if that word is a consonant, you have to replace that y with I and ES. Okay. So I and ES. So ES we have already seen. That's why they have put it like that. So you have to add IES to the end of the word that ends in Y, but it has a consonant before that. So it is IES. Here you can see candy. So D is a consonant. It is not a vowel. So since D is a consonant, you are taking out this Y. You are taking out this Y. And what you are doing? You are bringing in IES here. You can see it clearly. We are bringing in IES. The same way, puppy. So the P, the Y before, the P before Y, that letter is a consonant. So this letter is, left like that, but y is thrown out. Okay, y is thrown out, and you are replacing y with ies. You are not writing it with y, but we are replacing it. Replacing in the sense we are throwing something out and we are bringing something in instead of that. So this is one rule. That is the third rule, or rule number 3. Now rule number 4 says that for nouns that end in y with a vowel before, that is what I taught you in the previous slide. I have talked about that. So if that word before y is a vowel, then you don't have to replace it with ies. You have to just add s to that. For example, toy, toys. Here O is a vowel. So what are the 5 vowels? A, E, I, O, U. Okay. So these words, if it is appearing before Y, what you have to do? Don't do anything. Just add S to the end of the word. You don't have to throw anything. You don't have to bring anything. Yes, of course, you have to bring S there, but not new words. Okay. So normal plural rule you can apply. So toy, toys, monkey, monkeys. Why it is like that? Because E is a plural. Sorry, E is a vowel. Next is for nouns that end in F or FE, drop the F or E out and add VES. For example, loaf, loaves. So what is a loaf? That is, we say a loaf of bread, isn't it? That is what. So loaves, knife, knives. So here what they are doing, it is a word that ends in F. So if I have to make it plural, and that word should be a noun, okay? So it is, see, loaves. F is taken out and VES is brought in. So VES. If the word is ending with F or FE, what you have to do? You have to bring in VES here. This is rule number 5. Now rule number 6 is for nouns that end with a consonant before an O, add ES. For example, potato. Okay, so it ends with O, but the word before O is a consonant. At that time you will add ES to that. Tomato, ES. So why they are telling, I'm telling you again, because the word that ends in O, a noun that ends with O, but the word before that O was a consonant, you have to add ES to it. Okay, so be sure about what you are writing when you are converting a singular into a plural. Now, rule number 7 is some nouns change the spelling of the singular noun. As I told you, adding es or ies is not going to help us. You have to change the entire spelling for that. For example, child, children. You should not say child's, that is wrong. Children's, it's also wrong. Child, the plural form of child is children. That's why teachers call you, right? Children, my children. So it means you all together. Mouse. Now you cannot say mouses. The plural form for mouse is mice. You can see that the spelling itself is changing, isn't it? Then some nouns use the same singular and plural form. For example, fish. So whenever we write fishes, it is wrong. Fish, you can write it like that. Deer, deer. You should not write deers. Then same way, sheep. You cannot write sheeps. Sheep is enough. People will understand that. So these are the 8 rules that you have to apply when you write or when you convert a singular into plural. Again, I'm telling you, something when you add to the noun, when you add just s, it is a normal regular noun, okay, regular singular plural. But when a word is ending with ch, sh, s, x or z, you have to add es at the end. Okay, the examples are below, you can refer to that. Then the next rule is that if a word is ending with y, but the word before that y was a consonant, you have to change that y into ies. Rule number 4 says that if a word is ending in y, but the letter before y was a vowel, then you don't have to replace that y, you just have to add s at the end. So keep this in mind. Rule number 3 and 4, please don't get confused with that. First, you should be very clear with what is a consonant and vowel. Next, rule number 5 says that if a word is ending with, or if a noun is ending with F or FE, take that F and FE outside and bring in VES. Replace that word with VES. Rule number 6 say that if a noun is ending with O and the letter before O was a consonant, what you have to do is you just have to take out that, you don't have to take out anything. You just have to bring the ES inside. Next, some nouns change the spelling. So I was talking about regular plural, isn't it? This is irregular plural where the spelling itself changes. For example, child, children, mouse, mice, tooth, teeth, all these ways. Say, okay, feet, foot, all these. So you can see that how the spelling is changed. So this is rule number 7. And the last rule is that you don't have to add anything to certain words. If you keep it as it is understood that it is a plural when you use it in a sentence. So fish, fish, deer, deer, sheep, sheep. That's enough. So I hope you would have understood this part. So to make your understanding, more open-ended, I have given an exercise here. I have given the pictures as well as words so that you enjoy it. So I want you to write the plural form of all these words: man, woman, child, person, tooth, foot, goose, mouse, sheep. So already we have seen certain examples here. So let me check how you have understood. Write your answers in this and please post your answers in Google Classroom. I hope you have understood this. Please practice this at home and keep those 8 rules in mind. So till I meet you for the next time, please take care. Bye bye. Love you all.